Hi, Patrick here. Dollar Theater. The voter edition is now dropping. Glad you're here. So this week was pretty fun. We put a really cool mixture of films up there for you guys to vote for. We've done some themes, based on mystery and disasters and all sorts of, do some theme weeks. This week was more of just an open line, sort of just what I could sort of like a grab bag. We have horror, we have adventure, we have science fiction, we have supernatural horror, we have all sorts of stuff. And it was a pretty good. I thought it was a pretty interesting assortment. We had a Shutter exclusive, Prevenge. We have The Messengers, starring Kristen Stewart, during around her twilight time. In Darkness, with Natalie Dormer, a movie called Stephanie, starring Anna Torv from Fringe, and I'll Follow You Down, starring Haley Joel Osment and Gillian Anderson. I thought they were pretty good. I thought it was a pretty eclectic selection of films there, and I actually thought that The Messengers would run away with it. I was like, yeah, that's probably gonna just clean the clock because that's probably the one everybody knows. But the one I actually wanted to win this week actually did by one vote. One. So with 36% of the vote, In Darkness took the week. So In Darkness is a political thriller from 2018. It came out on Vertical. Stars, again, Natalie Dormer and Skrein. And it is a corker of a movie. The movie opens up and we meet Sophia McKendrick, played by Natalie Dormer, who's a elite, world-class blind pianist, and she lives in a really nice apartment in London. We see her. She has nightmares. When she goes to sleep, she has a hard time falling asleep, so she has to use different tricks to do that. Not only being blind, but also has traumatized. She's also been traumatized from her childhood, so she has a hard time. We see her what her day looks like. She plays the piano at a recording, and we see her coming home. She's with her walking cane, and she gets bumps and bruises on the train, and people come by her, can walk by her and startle her sometimes. But it's the life of a blind person. And we meet her neighbor as well. Her neighbor is a young lady named Veronique, who's a really nice girl. But with Sophia and her, they talk in the stairwell, but they're not really what you call friends. But one afternoon, they meet, and Sophia's intrigued by the girl's perfume, and she asks Veronique, what's your perfume?" And Veronique says, "Oh, that's my secret." Um, so anyway, we also find out that Ronnie's dad, that controls the whole floor above Sophia's, and that he is a suspected war criminal. He was done dastardly deeds in the Serbia Yugoslav war, Croatian war. He's been suspected of doing some really bad things. Uh, so anyway, Veronica, I'm just gonna call her Veronica. Veronica and Sophia end up talking, and Veronica, she slips her a USB. Slips her a USB a drive into Sophia's jacket, and as she walks away, she goes upstairs. She tells Sophia that the her perfume that she was wearing is called Liquid Gold, and you can tell by the intense look that Veronica is giving Sophia, even though Sophia is blind, lets you know that Liquid Gold is the password to the USB drive, and we don't know what's on that drive. Um, so anyway, during that night, Veronica, Sophia's just doing her own thing. She's hearing people upstairs. She hears more than one footsteps. She hears Veronica laughing, and next thing you know, Veronica's dropping like a rock, and she has been either tossed or jumped out the window, and she is dead. The police go ahead and they classify it as a suicide, but we find out that maybe there's more than what appears to be. And so we meet Detective Mills from who comes over and starts investigating. Um, uh, yeah, so he starts investigating, and he's a sharp cop. Of course, Sophia says, well, she couldn't see anything because she can't see, and she also hides the USB port drive from everybody. So later on, we see that Sophia is performing an event for Veronica's father, Zoran Radic, the suspected war criminal, and then all of a sudden now we see that Sophia does not particularly like the dad. And the first time that she tries to meet him, she attempts to poison him, but she fails. And so then we know the game's afoot. And Radek is actually being guarded by a brother and sister security team. Alexandra Gordon, played by Jolie Richardson, and her brother Mark is played by Ed Skrein. And I gotta tell you, these two, they work really well together, but they are definitely they definitely give you the heebie-jeebies when they're together in the same room. Um, and so we find out that Veronica was actually pregnant when she jumped, because the police don't necessarily suspect it was a suicide. She had plastic surgery. We find out that Veronica had plastic surgery, and she's also pregnant. And Detective Mills thinks, well, that's sort of strange behavior for someone, to do that and then to kill herself. So he has his suspicions. And then we find out that Mark and Veronica were a couple, and there's the chance that he could be the father. Meanwhile, the hunt is on for the USB port, USB drive, and we see there's some very nasty people involved in this. And in fact, it's so bad that they actually kidnap Sophia off the street in the middle of the day. And but luckily for her, Mark's been following her, and so he comes to the rescue in a really kick-ass fight. I gotta tell you, that was a that was a cool. It was short but brutal. It was good. It was really good. Ed Skrein can handle himself, and he made a. Well, he couldn't replace Jason Statham as Frank Martin. He can hold his own. He can hold his own in the fight scene, and the fight scene here where he rescues Sophia is quite good. And these guys here that had kidnapped her, that's a good thing because they were brutal. In fact, they broke two of Sophia's fingers, but she didn't break. She's blind. So she can't see anybody. She can't do anything. It isn't till we see her take a shower. When we see her take a shower after she recovers from this, she takes a shower, that we realize that maybe Sophia is hiding her own secrets as well. As soon as you see it, I mean, and she's naked. As soon as you see the tattoos, something's in the back of your head's gonna go off. It's gonna go like, something's not right here. But you won't know what it is until later on. But that's as far as I'm going to go with this, because between Mark and Alexandra and Zoran, I mean, it's a furball. And what's really cool about In Darkness is, as a viewer, you're sort of in darkness too, because you really don't know which side is up. And there's several critical scenes in the movie that just you hit the replay to see if what you saw is really what you saw. This is a terrific movie. Wow, I was blown away. Quite honestly, I was really surprised about how. I mean, I knew it was going to be good because Natalie Dormer is excellent. Like I said, she's one of my very favorite actresses, and it was really funny. It's like, she has those exotic looks, and what I really like about her is her best thing. The best thing I ever saw her do was two episodes of a TV series in which we never saw her. Um, we see her, but we don't. And that was in Elementary. She played Moriarty in 2 episodes. Man, every season that came by, I was waiting for her to come back as Moriarty, but she never did. She did two. I should say one she appeared in, and one she appeared in voice only. Bummer, because she was awesome. Uh, the rest of the cast is equally as strong here. They're really good. I really like the detective. His name is Neil Masco. He's a really good cop. He was really he was a very intriguing character. Even the bad guy, Raddick, was not a one note, one trick pony. He had a little bit of depth, and when you hear him tell his backstory to Sophia, oh, just you just feel chills going up your spine. A great performance, and what a bastard of a villain too. So, In Darkness is one I highly recommend. I highly recommend this. 2018, came out on Vertigo. Should not be that hard to find, since it's not that old. And Vertigo is they release a lot of action movies. You should be able to get this on the net pretty easy. Usual suspects. The only thing about this movie I was a little bummed out about was there is no special features. That would have been nice to have some special features, but we didn't get that. All right, that is it for Dollar Theater this week. Thanks for watching. If you watched it all the way through here, we are going back at it. This review will be dropping on a Friday, so when you're listening to it, watching it, it'll be Friday. Happy weekend. And we have 5 new challengers stepping up. I don't know what they're going to be yet. Me and the Cheetah, we're going to go over there and check it out. But it will be up, and the voting will be open by the time this drops. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Friday. Peace.